We're going to put Malicos on defense this time, folks, which is crazy. I don't know how much that's going to cost us. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails. Today we're going to talk about 5v5 best defensive teams. And this meta is crazy with all of the datacrons that are going on. You need to watch this. Go watch my offensive teams video as well. It was released at the exact same time as this one. And I talk a lot about some defensive comps on there as well. Some added value and also very misleading considering I said it's just offensive teams. You can also check out this Endless Loops team video on this current meta and how you can use some of the datacrons to really come up with some crazy teams and endless loops to look out for. So go check those out. They'll all be linked in the video description. And my patrons are awesome. Thank you guys so much for all of your support, guys. I really appreciate it, guys. I couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much for everything. Truly you guys are the MVPs. If you want to support this channel for free, folks, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment, help out the algorithm. Just type a comment in. It genuinely helps. Any kind of interaction or you know, any of that engagement is tracked by the algorithm and is therefore used to promote this channel further, and it really does help, guys. It really does. So let's move into the game and we'll talk about the best. Oh my, this is the tail end of the offensive teams video, guys. Woo, maybe you should go watch it to see why I have those there. Oof. Okay, let's go, folks. So the question is, what are we doing for offense and defense? There's all these endless loops because of the datacron set, right? And it's ridiculous. It sucks. Life is hard, and so let's do our best to just mitigate that. And I don't know if attacker support's going to be better here, folks. In threes, we wanted the attack cron for Boosh, because you're going to be able to just delete people right away for all the cheap counters. You could do a couple things here, guys. You could put a grid cron on it, because Chrysantin will then resist the Night Sisters comps pretty well. I don't really know how well it resists it in fives, honestly, but you might be able to do it. The support cron also seems really nice with Jabba because he's a support and he's going to be doing, he hands out buffs, he hands out debuffs, he does all the things, and so he's going to mess with whatever team is trying to counter him. So we'll have to just find out what is the best once we get into the actual GAC, but I think he can be on defense, I think. Because endless loops, we want teams on defense that can shut down endless loops. And endless loops are all based on turn meter gain. And Jabba doesn't shut down turn meter gain, but he does respond to, like, if your opponent gains turn meter, he also gains turn meter back unless you shut down from it. And so we'll have to see, guys. Maybe I feel like Jabba's the one that could maybe go on offense after a while, because maybe there's going to be a comp that just deletes it, but we'll find out. Now, here's the next. Here's the crazy thing. You didn't have to wait too long, folks. Where does Malicos go? So if you do have the Garcron, I think you could then have Malicos with Seer. I think you could keep them. You get a, but with Maul. And, and huge shout out to Tomford, by the way, who helped me brainstorm a lot of these teams. And, we were talking about a lot of these comps and stuff. There's just so much to try to, it's very helpful to help organize your thoughts by talking to someone, guys. If you need to brainstorm, I suggest you have someone help you. It's remarkably nice. So, here's the thing. If you have the Garcron, he's going to assist every single time. And then ISC is going to assist him every time that Maul goes, and Maul's going to go a lot. and it's just going to be a whole mess for your opponent. Probably deletes that Bosk team that I was showing you guys on the offensive teams video. If you don't have the Garkron, which is probably most of you, but if you do have Lord Vader, I do think if you put Malicos here, remember, Malicos, he's an Ufu, so he works with Lord Vader. Lord Vader's like, yeah, I could help you, even though I don't have a history of doing that at any point in the lore. I do like Ufus, though, for some reason. Like, Malicos with Maul is still really strong. So I think on, well, I don't have any other accounts with Lord Vader. If I did, this would be the comp that I would use, though. And then the Garkron, that's just good. I'm excited to see how this all plays out, folks. It's going to be a lot of burst damage, I think. Now, we have Kenobi. This one is one of the few that we use the old Datacron because the Padme-cron with him is so broken. You really do, I think, want Kenobi on the squad as the fourth wheel or fifth wheel, whatever. I think you want him instead of like Anakin or something, and then we have a surprise team with Anakin on it anyways. So that'll be exciting. He'll do okay. There you can have double Kenobi, double Snips. You can even just have a full Relic 9 team or something, guys, or at least full Relic 8 with a couple 9s, because those two are required now for level 9. Relic 9. Okay. Anyways, they don't. Like, they'll stop turn meter gain, or turn meter loop, so will the Lord Vader squad. And then finally, we have Supreme Leader Kylo, who also stops it as long as he has Hux and all First Order. You could always put Malicos on this team. It's a crazy comp that you can do as well. But Special Forces TIE Pilot, or just the Supreme Leader Kylo, level 9, whatever you want to do, guys. Just you do you. And honestly, I'm not totally sure we're going to be able to afford putting both of these teams on offense or on defense. Like, I think we'll still be able to clear at least Kenobi. I think we'll be able to clear them with, like, if we keep Rey, if we keep Leia for offense, I think we can clear these guys. I've been wrong before. Not this time, though. I'm the sole arbiter of truth, and I'm obviously right every time. Except when I say that I'm wrong, then I'm wrong about being wrong. So it's weird. That's like kind of an endless loop. Just showing you the meta. Okay, so this is the team. I thought I'd throw this on. Like, this team might, if you have the Stormtrooper Han Omicron, or sorry, Datacron, level 9, it might work fine. I'm gonna try it at least one time, but we'll just have to see. We'll have to see how this goes. This is kind of the wild card for me. And honestly, if we're putting Leia down, we probably want to keep one of these other teams for offense. Is my guess. One of these teams that can delete other teams really hard. We need to be able to kill Galactic Legends. And honestly, there's a lot of options to kill Galactic Legends, and also if they have the right Datacrons, there's also a lot of shutdown options as well. It's gonna be a strange season, folks. General Skywalker, you could actually, this one you could do either like the attacker cron and just have them just go nuts, or you could do support cron. I think that just using the Galactic Republic cron that reduces damage is also gonna be okay at the very least. So you can keep it for offense too and get terrible banners like you do. But yeah, you can do that. Let's see. So Imperial Remnant, if you have Night Trooper, probably worthwhile. I mean, if you have any of the other new models as well, or models, whatever they call them, new characters and stuff, probably good on defense. If not, probably keep these guys for offense and just not do much with them, honestly. Yeah, use them in territory wars, I guess. That's my advice to you. Use them in territory wars. Be grateful for all this food you're given. Just kidding. I mean, be grateful, but, you know, don't be that grateful, obviously. We have Gungans here. If you have the Jar Jar Kron, the Gungan, Jar Jar, Kron, that's cool. Congratulations for unlocking more frogs, folks. I hate this team. Not because they're Gungans, but because they're so obnoxious to kill. I think it's because I get so excited to kill them and then they don't die because they're good with like Datacron right now, and it's just so frustrating. Like, why won't they die? Just, you know, frog legs, etc. Alright, so I put this on offense and defense list as well, because Traya is, like, with the Datacron right now, and she doesn't have anything she's specifically trying to counter right now. Like, there's not, like, a team that's, oh, man, yeah, use Traya for that. Like, she'll kill, like, if there's, like, a Taron Malicos team, sure, she'll do it. She's, like, one of the best, just versatile characters. It's like, well, she doesn't have much of a chance to kill that team, but she has a chance at least to kill some of it, you know, a big portion of it, you know, that, and yeah, she's pretty nice. Or you could put her on defense and then just get killed with, like, Sith Eternal Emperor or something awful. Okay, so we have Queen Amidala here, guys. A lot of people now have Queen Amidala with the POW and Qui-Gon, Master Qui-Gon. Now, if you don't have the POW Cron, so the POW Cron is still better for now. But if you don't have it, use this team with a support Cron, folks, and then put Ki-Adi-Mundi and Anakin here. Or, I mean, you could, I think Tom was saying you could put Barriss here as well. I didn't want to confuse you, though, because Barriss has her own Cron. Use a support Cron. You don't want a healer Cron. For the support Cron, she's handing out an obscene number of buffs, and it just crazy boosts everyone else. And it's almost as good as having the Padawan Obi-Wan Cron. If you have his, it's still a little bit better, but the support Cron is honestly very impressive with this squad, if you have it available to destroy people with. Let's see. We have Trench and his, like, if you have the Wat Cron, you know, it's just, even if you don't, the support Cron is going to make this team really strong. The Wat Cron makes this team so stupid, because as you kill people, he just keeps taking another turn and reviving them. And it's really obnoxious, and it's boosting the whole team a whole lot. In 3s, it was kind of annoying. In 5s, I expect we're going to need something really strong to be able to beat it. Like, I think Galactic Legends are good on defense this season, but I do think that there's a lot of other teams that are going to present some unique challenges. So having 4 GLs for offense this time is maybe not too much of an overstep. Okay, we have the Fin Zori team here as well, folks, and they're I mean, but you want to use Rose, you want to use Poe, and then, you know, the whole shebang. Hold on a sec. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so we have the Queen Amidala team. We have the Trench team. Sorry, where were we? We were at Finn and company. So, the best team as usual. Now that we don't have the crazy resistance Crons anymore, like Rose and Poe, just like OG Poe, and that's basically it. I mean, yeah, it's still good. You could put it. I'm not really sure which one we want to put on here. Like the attacker Cron, like Finn is an attacker, so he's gonna attack more. He does a lot of damage. But Zori is support, and so, you know, what's Rose? She's an attacker. You know, the support stuff, like there's 2 tanks, 2 attackers, and a support. Zori takes a lot of turns, though. I think the support Cron is good here. If it's probably not, like, absolutely broken. You could do a tank Cron, which is kind of obnoxious, because then these 2 guys are going to taunt quite a bit. An attacker Cron, you get a lot more turn. You know, just do what you want, guys. Follow your heart, really. Just go crazy if you want. Please don't. Actually, I don't want to hear about that. Okay, so the one team that I think a lot of people are going to be anticipating a lot is the Saw team. You have to have the Omicron for it to be crazy, but if you put the support Cron on, folks, so with the support Cron, for every debuff that you apply to your enemy team, then it's 10% of whatever the boost is to that character archetype as a boost. And so, for instance, it gives 10% crit damage to all the attackers for each debuff, and Saw is applying 15 debuffs to every single opponent character, which is, you know, it's a crazy number. 15, so it's 75 total debuffs in 5v5. So old Kyle here is just getting completely turbo boosted. So just do your best, do your math. I'm not gonna walk you through it and hold your hand, but With Saw, he's gaining some speed. Kyle also has a formula for his speed and everything. If you can go right after Saw, like it's a nice little combo. Being able to have swgoh and then Kyle, and then you have a pre-taunt with Baze, so they can't just shut it down with like a CLS team or something, at least not easily. Churret's also an attacker, so he's going to be able to get a little turbo boosted, though I would take Churret out and add Captain Rex if Captain Rex is available for some reason. It's gonna be, it got a lot of holds in 3v3. I think in 5s it's going to be a serious issue for a lot of people. Like you're gonna have Kyle Katarn like one-shotting Traya and stuff. Like, remember the turret cron? It's gonna be very reminiscent of that nonsense. I think that's what it seems like to me, at least. You do kind of need this Omicron for that to happen, though. So you know, your mileage may vary, I suppose. Okay, and then finally, so I put this on offense and defense teams. If you're really struggling for a team ideas, if you have Nest available, she could be really good on defense as well. You could put her with Ray. You could put her with, I feel like I'm in a Dr. Seuss book. You could put her with Ray. You could put her with Kenobi. You could put her with Dash. You could, except Seuss would find a way to rhyme all those guys, and I'm failing spectacularly. But yeah, putting her with a Dash team, maybe that's not the most inspired way to use her cron, but man, she is a problem, guys. Put like a pre-taunt there and Hondo to disrupt, and it's a serious issue. She's gonna take some heads this season, I think. And then finally, I put this on the offensive teams video too, but I kind of think that this team deserves to be more like you either don't use it or you put them on defense. You just put a bunch of pets down. And this is more if you have Vend or Chewy available. If you have like Chupio for some reason available, you want CLS to do his own weird Ufu, live his best Ufu life. I don't have any idea what you want to do. You're crazy, but I do think if you put a bunch of defense on this squad, like the set, the crazy thing is, the thing we're not talking about all the time is this set has an obscene amount of defense on all the crons as well, if someone rolls enough, and no one's even trying to roll that because the level 6s are so overpowered. Tarful, however, is going to be like his whole team runs off of defense. If you can find a good defense cron and then give them like grit, give them I mean, a support cron is probably really strong with them as well. I think this team is going to be a viable, like maybe not the very best version, but you need better Wookiees than these that I used here probably. But I think they could be an okay defensive option for a lot of people if you put the right level 6 cron on them. So that's it, folks. I hope this was helpful. Give it a thumbs up if you haven't already, please. It really helps the channel, guys. I hope you have a wonderful season. Come watch me on Twitch. It's linked in the video description. It's free. It's fun. And we get wild sometimes. It is absolutely like a little bit wild sometimes. So let's sign off here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xerath prevails. Take care, folks.